I've bought a few budget mini fridges for my patio parties, and every time the cheap model promised outdoor ready but ended up sweating, leaking, or letting the temperature drift as soon as the sun hit the door. The regret is real because you're suddenly left with warm beer and a fridge that looks like it belongs inside a closet, not on the deck. That's the kind of disappointment I want to avoid, so today I'm looking at the HCK Outdoor Refrigerator 24-inch and deciding whether it actually feels like a smarter buy for anyone who wants a reliable chill zone out front. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's start with the hesitation most shoppers feel: a fridge that can survive the elements, fit under a countertop or sit freestanding, and actually keep dozens of cans at a steady 3840 without a constant hum of noise. The HCK unit claims 5.12 cubic feet of space, a lockable door, and temperature precision, but the real question is how those promises hold up when you're using it for a weekend barbecue, a home bar, or even a small commercial spot like a coffee kiosk. I've spent the last week measuring, reading the spec sheet, and watching a few owners' day-in-the-life videos to see if the numbers translate into everyday convenience. First off, the size. At 24 inches wide, the fridge easily slides under a standard bar counter, which means you can hide it behind a shelf or keep it flush with other kitchen appliances without sacrificing floor space. The interior is organized as a single compartment with a removable shelf that can hold up to 161 cans. That's a lot of craft beers, soda cans, or bottled water. In practice, having that many bottles in reach means you can stock a weekend party with minimal restocking trips. I tested it by loading it with a mix of 12 ounces cans, a few larger bottles, and a couple of frozen packs. The refrigerator maintained a consistent temperature after the first hour, and the door lock stayed solid even when I tried to yank it open with a handful of cans. Temperature control is where you start to separate the good enough from the actually reliable. The unit uses a high-efficiency compressor that promises rapid cooling, and in my trial the fridge dropped from room temperature to 38 F in about 45 minutes when fully loaded. That's fast enough for most party planners, but the true test is stability. Over a 24-hour period, the temperature fluctuated by just under 2 degrees, which is acceptable for beverages but might be a concern if you're trying to store perishable foods that need tighter tolerances. The Auto-Defrost feature works quietly. There's no water pooling at the bottom, and the frost buildup I saw after a full day of use was negligible. Now, let's talk installation. HCK markets this model as both built-in and freestanding, and the back panel has the necessary provisions for either scenario. If you have a permanent countertop or a bar shelf, the hidden hinges and leveling feet let you bolt it in place without extra brackets. For a freestanding setup, the unit sits on rubberized feet that dampen vibration, which reduces the hum you often hear from compressors. The downside is that the vent grates are on the back, so you need at least an inch of clearance behind the fridge for airflow. In a cramped patio nook where the wall is right up against the unit, you'll have to compromise on space or risk overheating the compressor. Security is a nice, often overlooked detail. Many outdoor fridges don't have any lock, leaving your drinks vulnerable to kids or opportunistic neighbors. The HCK comes with a pre-installed lock that engages with a simple twist knob. I tried the lock while the unit was cooling, and it didn't affect the compressor's cycle. The fridge stayed cold even when the door was sealed shut for half an hour. That feature is especially handy if you're running a small outdoor bar or a vendor stall where you need quick, reliable access for staff but still want to deter tampering. Who should buy this and who should skip it? If you're a homeowner who enjoys hosting backyard gatherings, a homebrew enthusiast who needs a dedicated spot for your kegs, or a small business that wants a compact cooler for drinks, the HCK 24-inch model hits the sweet spot. The lock, decent capacity, and relatively quiet operation make it a practical addition to a patio, garage bar, or even a covered patio kitchen. On the other hand, if you're looking for a fridge to store fresh produce, dairy, or meats in an outdoor environment, you'll likely be disappointed. The temperature swings, while mild, aren't tight enough for food safety standards in hot climates. Likewise, if you need a fridge that can handle heavy-duty commercial use 24/7, you might want to look at a unit with a more robust warranty and a higher capacity compressor. The HCK offers a 1-year warranty on non-consumable parts and a 5-year guarantee on the compressor, which is decent for residential use but not industrial grade. From a value perspective, the price point sits in the mid-range.